Hello everyone. In our earlier tutorials we have discussed about equatable protocol, comparable protocol and the hashable protocol. So as part of this protocol series, so I would like to discuss about one important protocol, which is nothing but the error protocol, which is which is essential in our daily programming, where uh, it's developer's job to handle the errors. If there are some functions which throws the errors, like if something is not wrong, so they throw the error, and it's developer's responsibility to handle the errors as well. So let's discuss more on the error protocol, what is this, and how we can see. For example, let me take a scenario where I want to send a message which is of let's say which is of a string, obviously. And so once we send it to the server, I would like to return the caller of this function, like whether it is successful or not. Okay, so basically if it is success or failure, I need to return a boolean value. So let's say in this case it's return true. Okay, so in this scenario I would like to handle something like if message length should not be message length should not be less than let's say 8. Okay, so in this case actually I want to throw an error so that user will understand that the message is not as per the guidelines. So what we can write is, we can write the throw here, and so okay, now I need to throw it. But if you can see, in Swift, error is not a standard constructor or initializer, the error protocol itself. Whereas the error protocol, if you can see, it does not require any specific properties or initializers to be implemented. It's just a marker interface. That means it's an empty protocol serving as a marker interface to identify types that can be used as error types. So typically we can't construct it like this. So okay, how can I return? So it throws. How can I return the error? Now here it is. So what we can do is, when we create a custom error type, we typically define an error conforming to an enum structure or class. First we see message sending error. Let's say this is how we typically deal with errors, where they conform to the error protocol. It just says that okay, this is of type error, that just a marker interface. Okay, so the error protocol in Swift is a special native protocol used for error handling, which is of marker interface. It is the foundation for defining custom error types in Swift. It is the foundation where now I can say like message is big, so that developer can understand message is empty. An empty message, I can't send it. Say for example these two cases, let's say. Okay, now if it is greater than 8, I'll throw like boss. So basically this enum dot message is big. Okay, and so pretty much that's what we do. Like it's just throws, and I return it as false. Okay, and same like if message dot count is equal to 0, I'm just saying if message dot count is equal to, for example, let's forget about the boolean value. For example, it just throws, let's say. Okay, it doesn't return anything, it just throws, let's say. Okay, it doesn't need a return value. Okay, message, if the count is equal to 0, then I will select message error dot message is empty. Correct. So here I'll do sending the if message to server. Okay, and if it is count is equal to 0, I say like message is empty. And one more thing, if message dot count is or let's add any other condition, like if it is contains at the rate, let's say message is having special characters. Let's say special characters are not allowed. Let's say message dot So here I can write, let's say dot contains, if it contains, or let me write character character is equal to at the rate. Okay, then I would say like message is having special characters, just for an example. So this is how I throw it, otherwise I send it to the server. Now we know that error handling is done by try catch insert, that I'm not discussing in depth now. Why? Because this is how, if I'm calling a method which can throw, we typically do the try, and the message is, let's say, empty. I'm sending it for now. Now as I need to catch it, and I catch it like this. I just copy paste message sending error dot, if it is message is big, then I'll just print it for now. It's like, now maybe I'll handle it, or I'll display an alert to the user saying message is very big, so remove some character, something like that. So here I'll put the same thing, correct? So this send message basically throws this type of message. That's a handshake between the one who writes this method and the one who is handling the three catches. If it's of nothing, then we basically, if nothing, if all of a sudden it's a sudden message, we say like unknown, correct? So here instead of message is big, message is empty, and message is having special characters. If it is not nothing else, then we call it as unknown error. So basically the error handling happens like this. We go with the do, try, catch, send message, do, try, catches, different catches that it comes. If so, just for the safe side, we implement all the cases, and if it doesn't fall under these are known errors, if it doesn't fall under any of this, what we do is we tell it as unknown error. So this is how we do the error handling. And let's see if the message is empty. Let's see how it is working. So the message is empty, obviously. So let me write something which is more than of 8 characters. Then if I say, it says message is big, more than 8 characters. For example, message is fine, but it is having a special character. Now it says message is having special characters. Okay, all of a sudden, if it throws something, let's say like this, it doesn't conform to the error protocol. So this unknown error, when it will come, so then instead of same like this, I can say like unknown error, so something like that, unknown or some other error, like for example, all unknown errors. If we want to categorize our client side error, this I would say like server side error, or this is like API gateway. At the API gateway, it has not yet gone to the, so something like that, unknown error. Let me categorize like this. So if it says something like throw dot API gateway error something, then it doesn't know, it cannot handle all these things. So here what happens, for example, if it is a special character, for example, if let's say if message okay, let's try some character. For example, if it is having angular brackets, let's say contains character less than or greater than symbol, if it is having, then I would like to throw this error. Okay, so throw API gateway, because less than greater than symbols are not allowed. So for example, it is having special character, and this, no, it is not having. Now if I see it, it will return with unknown error. Why? Because this is not something related to the message. So pretty much this is how we do the error handling, and this is how we define the error types. So it's like creating a custom error type, which is it's nothing but custom. This error protocol is useful for creating a custom error type by using the error protocol, which is like a marker interface. It doesn't need anything but only the custom type details, like okay, this can be used as an error. So as of so this is just the enum cases we discussed. You can have any number of enums, and the error message you can put it, and you can handle it like this, your methods, everything and all. As a Swift 5.5 version, a structure can directly conform to the error protocol. Earlier structures and classes cannot, but now structures also. So how in the sense, for example, let's say I have a structure, and let me take it as message error, so I can conform it to error. Then what I do is my own message I'll pass. Then it can be let like init. You can pass it like message. It's a string. Self dot message is equal to self dot message is equal to message. So now how can I use this? So it's the same as, for example, I have another parse message. Let's say I'm just parse message. I do something, for example, okay, message which is of string, and it throws. Okay, now I can throw like message error, the message whatever I want. So parsing is failed, let's say. Parsing is failed. So this is how I can do it, and I can let me do a try catch, try parse message, and if something, so any whatever may be the message I send it, of course it this. But here what we need to do is we need to do the pattern matching, which is why, because here this is a structure type. So what we need to do is as message error, now I can access. Why? Because catch usually gives you a type of error. Now I need to typecast it. Why? Because here I'll print it as print. So boss, what you are sending, that means now I can error dot message, as you can see. So that you will understand, let me put it as custom message. Okay, custom message. Now error dot, this is my own message. Okay, so whatever you send, parsing is fail itself. Why? Because catch by default what it comes is error is the default value. Okay, why? Because that you can see when you are handling here you can see this and say error. Okay, so if you run this again, it says unknown error, API gateway error. See, you got API gateway error, which is actually it is throwing. Now in the error object you will get it, but here as we need to typecast it, what we are doing is we are doing the pattern matching, and the message error we are doing. So now if you can run and see, you can see like parsing is failed. So parsing is failed, you have got it. And not only this, based on this, if you send it any error, any custom message, you can send it based on the condition. See, you can see the message. That means you have customized not only for structures, you can make it as a class. Starting from Swift 5.5, structures and classes. A class can also directly conform to the error protocol. A structure can also conform to the error protocol, not only enums. So that's how basically the error protocol in Swift is a special native protocol used for error handling. It is the foundation for defining custom error types in Swift. When you want to handle errors in more structured way and type safe way, this is type safe. Why? Because we are not just sending the strings, that this is type safe. Got categorized by, if we can give a proper name to it. So that's how we can create our custom error types, not only enums, structures and classes. Structures and classes also can can be directly applied starting from Swift 5.5 version. And yeah, that's it. It looks very simple, but very useful, very powerful. If you want to do the error handling in a type safe way and a structured way, this error protocol, which acts as a marker interface, that means it doesn't have anything, but it's like a protocol so that you can assign it to yourself. So that's a great advantage actually, instead of you creating error object with the information, what is the error string, all these, and also it's pretty much very useful when you're doing using the try catch. Do try catch, a default error will be coming. So, and if you are having your custom structures or classes, so you can typecast your error object into so and so, and you can print your custom message, and it can have so whatnot, any for example, if you want to send int, so message error, if the parse message is sending something like parsing is failed with an id or something like that, like so something like that id also you can pass it actually, correct. So that means your customizing. In case of enums also, of course, you can go with the associative values and again do the pattern matching, but the structures and classes, you can see like, okay, this is the error, I can hold anything I want, anything, any number of items I can want. I can decently structure my I can decently model my error and but do a type safe and structured way of parsing it, which is very readable for any developers. So that's all about the error protocol. I hope this tutorial is useful for you. Thank you.